Good afternoon, everybody. I am Vibhu Swain, working with PowerTech Consultant. Today, I'll make a presentation on Integrated Energy Efficiency Services Model of EESL. This is webinar number 18. Let me share my screen with you. So, in the Integrated Energy Efficiency Services Model of EESL, we'll discuss how EESL has taken a step to provide energy efficiency and implement energy efficiency, energy conservation project in industries, institute, commercial buildings, and what are the major component of IEES model of ESL, our association with ESL, and how the entire stakeholder, industries, institute, commercial buildings can avail this benefit and be a part of national program of EE. So before that, I'll just describe about our organizations. We are an empaneled accredited energy auditor firm duly registered with Bureau of Energy Efficiency. We are also empaneled with EESL. I am an empaneled accredited energy auditor. I did my master from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. And after working with Tata Chemicals, Jindal Stainless for around 18 years, I am into consulting. And PowerTech Consultant is a 2009 company, and we almost undertake a lot of activities like detailed energy audit, VAT compliance audit, monitoring, verification, and mandatory energy audit of designated consumers, investment grade energy audit of commercial buildings. We have the privilege of conducting investment grade energy audit of Raj Bhavan. We also implement a lot of ESCO project, energy saving company project in association with ESL, and being an accredited energy auditor, and we are the only one empaneled AEA farm by we are present in Odisha, and we are doing a good work in the field of power, energy, and project management. These are our empanelments: Bureau of Energy Efficiency Services Limited. We are also empaneled with Honorable Odisha Electricity Regulatory Commissions. Now, almost all the major industries, they are client. We also had worked with Nesco, Southco, Tesu. These are the distribution companies of Odisha. And we also had done a lot of energy audit, energy efficiency studies, M&E audit in Tata Steel and Tata Group of companies. We also associated with regulatory commissions, transmission companies, and all the major industries of Odisha and eastern part of the country. Now, coming to our project, if you see, go back to the previous slide. Now, ESL is basically a public sector enterprise, PSU, under Ministry of Power, Government of India. It is a Government of India entities, a JV company of NTPC, Rural Electrification Corporation Limited, EFC, and Power Grid Corporation of India. Being a PSU, and all the 100% shareholding is with PSU and ministries and PSUs of under Ministry of Power. It was established in 2009, and the board of directors are also from Bureau of Energy Efficiency and Ministry of Power. So this project has the backing of government, and how this will be beneficial for a lot of PSUs operating in Odisha, eastern region, the country, or anywhere in India, that we'll see. Now, ESL has done a lot of large-scale energy efficiency projects in the country through its innovative financing and service mechanism. All the models are innovative; they are never tried earlier. So ESL is basically trying those innovative financing and service mechanism to bring energy efficiency in the country. Few notable projects like National Motor Replacement Program, Super Efficient AC Program, Unnat Jyoti Affordable for LED for all. You all know it is Ujala Program, Street Lighting National Program SLNFP, Electric Vehicle EV, Smart Meter, Building Energy Efficiency Program. In this project, what exactly ESL does? ESL is not a financing company. He invests in technology, bring this technology, make upfront investment, and establish the project, establish the delivery, establish the warranty, and see that the project runs successfully so that the end user gets benefit and the end user pays both those investment from the accrued energy saving. That is known as ESCO. And ESL is a national ESCO. Now all these programs is running successfully in the country. What ESL has done, ESL has clubbed all these programs under one banner that is known as Integrated Energy Efficiency Solutions or Services with an objective for energy conservation in the industry's fraternity. That means all these programs have been clubbed together under the IEES model, and ESL is interested or implementing this project in the industry's fraternity. We have signed an MOU with ESL for implementation of IEES model in industries and institutes of the country. And we are also empaneled by ESL to act as a demand aggregator for individual NMRP, super efficient AC program, and Ujala project as well. So any industries, any institute, any commercial buildings can take benefit of IEES model of ESL or NMRP or super efficient AC or Ujala project of ESL. Being a demand aggregator, I am trying to emphasize what are the benefits of these projects. Now, why IES model is required? It is required for sustainable development. Now, as you know, a lot of industries has good maintenance practices, good product, good energy efficient project. They are doing it on their own by investing on their own. But still, there are a lot of industries who have some O&M practices might not be good. Underutilization of equipment is there. Inefficient system, equipment is not running properly. There might be energy wastage. So all these things give rise to loss of energy. So for which industry has to purchase more from grid or generate more power at site through its CGP. So automatically what will happen? It went into more fuel consumption, fossil fuel consumption, due to which high greenhouse gas emission occurs. So these are basically the national perspective. That's why Government of India, Ministry of Power is very keen to implement the IES model through ESLs. Because to curtail the greenhouse gas emission, to curtail the fossil fuel consumptions, Ministry is doing these investment in the energy efficiency technology. So what will happen? For end user perspective, this is a more energy cost, operating cost is more, then the profitability is less, and they are not competitive. Therefore, these losses can be controlled. That can be controlled through the IES model, so that it will be all sustainable development, sustainable manufacturing will happen. The business model is very simple. ESL provide one-point solutions. It will look into the business model, it will implement it, and it will showcase the result. From the result, it will take the investment part. That means from the accrued saving, from the result, ESL is going to get back his investment. So this is a very proven model, and let us discuss further on this. Now, what are the components of IES project? One is lighting, LED. Now, ESL supply better quality of LEDs at very reduced price because of bulk procurement policy. Because ESL procured in bulk, that's why Ujala project is so much of successful. Air conditioners, they give IES energy efficiency ratio 5.4 at a very reduced price. That exact pricing detail I will share with you in these presentations. Energy efficient motor, that is under National Motor Replacement Program, in which ESL supplies i3 motors through its bulk procurement policies. Tri-generations, e-vehicle, these are the new emerging technologies in which ESL trying to club all these under the IES project. And these are helpful for industries, government building, and corporate. And end results, energy saving definitely will be there depending upon the adoption of these technologies. Now, for Ujala, saving potential is almost 60 to 80%. All these saving potentials are compared with respect to the earlier technologies or the old technologies. And the payback period is 1 year. In super efficient SC program, the payback saving potential is 20 to 30%, payback period is 2.5 years. Then NMRP is 8 to 15%, payback period is less than 2 years. Tri-generation 3 years, and electric mobility or payback would be almost 1 year. Now, how does ESL or we plan to do it for the implementation of integrated energy efficiency model in the industries or in institute or in MSMEs? Now, they have conducted their own energy audit. So these energy reports, the findings, the implementation plan can be shared with ESL through us. Then from these, we'll explore what are the motor systems, what are the investment potentials are available. Or ESL also, we also conduct walkthrough survey. Through that, we collect the inventory, conduct some studies. After that, we estimate the baseline, prepare the scheme. Then once the scheme is prepared, the proposal is submitted. Then the agreement is signed between ESL and the end user directly. Then we adopt a deemed saving. That means the baseline energy consumptions and the new probable energy consumptions. That means baseline watt minus new watt into number of inventory into number of run hour days per year. From these data are fixed for industries. We have to keep it fixed so that deemed saving can be calculated. And this deemed saving approach is very successful because ESL, the number of hour or days of per year operations is not in hand of the financing agency or not in the hand of the end user. So end user take this risk, whereas the investment risk is being taken by ESLs. So based on deemed saving approach, the energy saving is calculated, the financial saving is calculated, and the payback period is calculated, from which the exact EMI is calculated, which is to be paid to ESL. After signing agreement, ESL goes for bulk procurement through a transparent bidding process, and the price is discovered, then implemented. Then based on the deemed saving approach, the earlier agreement signed with the industries between ESL, quarterly repayment to ESL starts based on the accrued energy savings. So all these projects can be implemented in a period of maximum 6 months times, and with all these innovative technologies. I'll give a case study of National Motor Replacement Program. Assume 50 number of motors are there, and each is 5.5 kilowatt. But they are having the old motors, that is the I1, international efficiency 1, having efficiency of 84.7%. Loading 70%, and number of days 313, 20 hours per day. These things I kept similar or same for computation of deemed saving. Then ESL proposed for replacement of all these motors with 50 number of I3 motor who has efficiency of 89.6%. So what is the baseline annual energy consumption? Through the old motor, it will be 14,22727. 50 into 5.5 kilowatt divided by efficiency 847 into 0.7, that is the loading, then the days and the number of hours. The simple computation of kWh. So I got the baseline energy consumption is 14 lakh. Now what is the new energy consumptions? It will be 13.44 lakhs. How? 50, 5.5, only efficiency is divided here, and 0.7 loading, other parameter remains same. 313 days, 20 hours per day. So what is the annual saving? These are all proven data as per the manufacturer template rating. So what is the energy saving? 77805 kWh. So almost that is a saving of 5.46% when I compared with 14 lakh of baseline energy consumption. I have assumed 5.50, that is the rupees per kWh for energy charge is concerned. So what is the annual energy saving? 4,27,927. That means 4.27 lakhs is the annual energy financial saving. The cost of the motor is around with 6.73 lakhs. That is assuming 13,471 per motor. So this is the cost of the motor. Above it, PMC fees is levied by ESL, which is around 10% of the cost of the motor. If the project cost is very high, then this can be negotiated, this can be discussed, but for NMRP, it is 10%. So PMC fees for all these exercises, the PMC fee is only 67,000. Now, what is the total capital cost? 8.74 lakh. That also includes the GST component. So I am saving almost 4.28 lakhs per year, but I am making an investment of 8.74 lakhs. So what is the payback period? Payback period is almost 2 years. Now, if it is an this is known as PMC route. If it is an ESCO route, then the total repayment will be has to be done in 3 years. So based on the loan component, interest component of the debt, this total computation project cost will come to a value of 9.92 lakhs. In this case also, the payback period is less, but there is no upfront investment done by the consumer. Though payback period is more than the PMC model, but in this case, no upfront investment is made by industries, due to which the payback period is 3 years. So what is the financing model? This is the baseline energy consumptions. This is the target energy consumption. This is being computed initially. Once I subtract, I'll get a deemed energy saving. This is 77,000 is the deemed energy saving. Multiplying the electricity component, I got annual monetary saving. This electricity charge will be different for different industries. So from this, multiplying the cost of the motor and the PMC cost, I got the total project cost. Payback period is 2 years. This is known as PMC model, in which the client invests on its own, only he gets a reduced cost of the motor equipment through bulk procurement policy of ESL. In the ESCO route, what has happened? Same baseline consumption is calculated, target consumption is evaluated, deemed saving is computed, annual monetary saving multiplying with the motor cost and the individual cost of motor, we got the total project cost. From this, ESL computes the EMI loan component, due to which, because in 3 years industry is paying the money to ESL, so the interest on the debt part is calculated. So the net project cost becomes 9,92,000, out of which there is a financial saving of almost 4.28 lakhs. So only thing the industry has to pay 3.3 lakhs to ESLs from the accrued saving of 4.28 lakhs. Till there is a gain of by the client, I think this figure will get changed. and I think this figure will change, but still this can be negotiated, and it shows that 77% or 80% of the accrued saving will be taken by ESL, and 20% can be taken by the retained by the industry itself. So this model is a negotiable model. It is only being shown to showcase that how this PM EXCO model is also beneficial for the industries. Now, what is the need for NMRP? All you know, in industries, the motor are workhorse. The motor and driving system is almost 69% of the total industrial electricity consumption in India. Almost in all industries, particularly oil industries, 90 to 95% of installed motors are I1 or IE0 base. If you see the efficiency class comparison, earlier it was efficiency class 3, efficiency 2, what is the improved efficiency, then high efficiency, efficiency 1 is the normal efficiency. Particularly old plant has these efficiency rating motors. Then some new plant might have IE1, that is standard motors. Now this has been stopped. Now IE2, IE3, IE4. Also, we are now getting IE5, but this is the efficiency class comparison and efficiency classifications. Recently, DIPP quality control order says that all I1 motor manufacturing, selling, importing has been stopped. So only industry has to go for I2 motor implementation. Because of these DIPP orders, we need to have the price reduction in I2 or I3 or I4 motors, due to which ESL has started the NMRP project, but it is not going for I2 replacement because the cost saving, energy saving will not be much. So if any industries have almost 10 years old motors, rewound motors, old motors, they can straight away go to I3 motors, and the cost of this I3 motor will be almost the cost of I2 motors of the market price. Now this is premium efficiency motors I3 has been procured, and this program is being driven by ESL. This is a gadget notification in which I1 motor selling, manufacturing, importing has been stopped. Only I2, I3, I4 motor can be traded or sold or can be manufactured or can be imported. Now this is a efficiency comparison. Therefore, if somebody is having I1, there is no need to go for I2. Straight away, you can go to I3. If the prices of I3 is almost I2, if these prices can be compared or can be similar, then there is always a benefit for the industry to go from I1 or non-standard motor to I3. And this is being facilitated by ESL. Now there is a comparison. This 3 kilowatt I1 2-pole motor is 81.5 efficiency. This is 87.7. So this shows that 3 kilowatt we can save almost 6%. Similarly, for 18.5 kilowatt, you can save almost 4%. For 75 kilowatt, you can almost save 3%. That means this NMRP program is applicable for 0.75 to 75 kilowatt motor resistance. From the efficiency comparison, we can see there is almost saving of 3 to 6% financial energy saving when we replace the old motor with I3 motor. And the efficiency, if the efficiency is very down due to rewinding, multiple rewinding, then the saving can go up to 15%. Now, this is the prices of I3 motors. Now, you can compare this I3 motor price list with your market price. You will find these prices are very good as far as industry point of view is concerned, and these are being procured through bulk procurement policies. So when any company procures in bulk quantity, there is a price reduction happens, and this reduction in price is being given to the end user. That is the beauty of the project. You can compare these prices with your best procured price, and you will find there will be a good price difference for which it will be beneficial for you to go for NMRP project, maybe through ESLs or Government of India schemes or any under IES model of ESLs. If you want to club all the project, and it will be beneficial for the industries. So these prices are excluding GST and TMC cost. Even if you add 10% TMC and GST cost, it will be still cheaper. The prices are on FOR basis, and the motors are VFD compatible. This is one area where if you compare other motors, if they are not VFD compatible, they might be i3, but the prices will be little bit lower. But these are all VFD compatible motors, and transportation cost has been included for the bulk procurement, and warranty is 3 years. But for normal industries, they give a warranty of maximum 1 year or 1.5 years. For normal dealer network or normal OEM supply these kind of warranties. And here the brands are available, good quality brands, Siemens or ABB Limited. So these prices, you can take a note of these prices. So this is all about the NMRP project. Now, similarly, ESL also go for different type of projects under IES model. These are like lubricant, oil, coal, gas conservation project, dam system for existing chiller-based AC installations. So if you want to go for AC, HAM systems or trigeneration technologies, then ESL can also support under IES model. Waste recovery systems, lot of sponge and plant of Odisha or any part of the Jharkhand or Chhattisgarh, ESL can give technologies and financing for the energy efficiency project for WHRB, waste heat recovery, waste power generations, waste energy minimization technique or project can be also be implemented. Fuel switching project can be also a part of IES project. Smart meter for discounts, variable frequency drives, insulation improvement project, hot biddle conveyor belt system for rolling mill, retrofit of cooling towers and blades, solar tubular light, wind ventilator, energy efficient compressors, energy efficient pumps, energy efficient HVAC, e-mobility, solar PV. These are the future IES project in which ESL can invest in the technologies, provided there is a scope for mass applications, there is a scope for bulk procurement, and there is a scope for this technology can be multiplied, replicated in other part of the country. So I request to all the industry fraternity, industrial consumers, buildings owners, commercial buildings, institute to avail the benefit of IES project. They can share their project report or the thought process or the planning document or the energy audit report in which they want investment, so that we can study those documents, and based on whether it is VFD, whether it is smart meter, whether it is Ujala scheme, whether it is all the lighting needs to be replaced, or whether the AC needs to be replaced or motor needs to be replaced, they can talk to us, they can write to us in this mail address, or by in the WhatsApp also they can write to us. Then we send all the details to them and the questionnaires, leaflet, further pricing guideline, so that make some management presentations, and so that the industry can take the benefit of this IES model and NMRP model. I also request all the energy professionals, energy industry personnel, energy manager, energy auditors, they can take this model, talk to their respective industries, and get associated with us through our Telegram group. You can click download from the Telegram, from the Google Play Store, and you can be a partner to us by joining our Telegram group. so that we are very keen to take up this model of ESL throughout the country, and we request all the industry fraternity, industrial consumer to get associated with us for taking up this project. With this, I conclude. Thank you all. For any clarification, please write to us.